Hello. So this is a live recording and an interview with Sascha Akhtar, who will be joining us very soon. She's going to talk about her collection of cards, which is a new way of presenting her new poetry collection, which is named Only Dying Sparkles. So hopefully I can invite her to introduce the project to you. So bear with us a second while we set that up. There we go. Lovely. Better now. Says it is adding you. You got the invite. Might just be being slow. No answer from live video guest. Did you get the invite? I'll invite you now. So add, and theoretically it's adding you now, Sascha. Yay! Hello. How are you?
Oh, yes, I'm good.
We finally got technology to work for us.
Well, you have to sort of sell your soul in order to take advantage of these. So it's like, no, only if you have the app can you take advantage. And then while I was downloading the app, it was like, we want to know everything,
Oh yeah,
which
just
is,
so they can casually stalk you and then leak your data and but never mind,
yeah.
it's gonna be great for you. So,
Well, it's funny because I had just lost my phone.
oh,
Um, and I just got this new one, and I had decided I am not putting the app on it,
yeah,
which which is why. So anyway.
never mind. So, Sasha, tell us who you are, in case people don't know, and what project you're working on at the moment.
So I am Sasha Aurora Akhtar. I should try to get this phone not moving for you. Um, I've been writing and publishing for quite a long time, not publishing
Yeah,
myself, having my work published, and performing. Uh, and I was born in Pakistan, but then I lived in America for 10
oh,
years.
wow,
And yeah, I went to college there.
nice. And so,
And
what is this new project,
yeah.
Only Dying Sparkles? How did that start?
So the new project is a deck of cards, which actually I had the sample pack. We only have one pack
Yeah.
right now, and I mailed it to my collaborator,
Oh, no.
which is John Alexander Arnold, who is in Portland, Oregon, very far away, and I felt like he needed to be part of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, I've got one of the cards that I
It
kept
looks so
because
good.
it was a double. So this is the project, and there's
They're massive, aren't they?
so this, it looks more massive than it is, perhaps. So this is my library card.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, great.
They look very full and large when you put them on the camera. So So John made the drawing. So there's 44 of these cards in the box with one wild card, which is just an image, which you'll see. I mean, it's not a surprise. You'll see this
Oh,
image
lovely.
in the picture.
Yeah,
So so this
that's the
is the
original.
other, there's two main images of the cards. And then of course, there's a dedication as well. And it's basically, to people who we know and also do not know personally, who have suffered from mental
Mm.
illness, and have taken their
Yeah.
lives,
Yeah, so mental health
because
is the root message of the collection, isn't it?
well, I mean, it's where my work is coming from. Um, what people can, I don't want to say it's the root message because there's a lot of talk of death in the cards, and it's very much about this idea that there are some thoughts and things that we feel we cannot talk
Yeah.
about, and they may seem to be dark,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, they're just our thoughts. And whether you're, on one spectrum or some other spectrum, it's okay to have them.
Yeah.
Um, and it's also good to get help
Yeah, absolutely.
and support.
And you're working with a charity
Um,
on the project as well, aren't you?
so, yes, this lovely poet, Jill Mill Breckenbridge, she runs the BHOR
Yeah.
Foundation, and so she's given us her support and blessing, and we're going to figure out what we can do together,
Yeah.
in terms of maybe readings and things like that, and she's promoting us. So yeah.
And what made you want to put it as a deck of cards instead of a traditional book form?
Well, I mean, this has been a long, long process, because when you're writing, you're like, oh, this is a poem. It's, a page long or whatever. And I hadn't like ventured into haiku, or, I mean, consciously like, oh, I'm writing haiku, but I found that I had all these poem fragments or just one line that I felt was a complete
Yeah.
poem. And so I started collecting them because there were a lot of them, and often they were very fleeting glimpses into my internal sort of mental processes,
Yeah.
and I've suffered my whole life from many different things. And now I'm a meditation teacher, so you go figure. Um, so yeah, so and then I met, and John is like this incredible artist, and I really wanted to go beyond this idea of a book and the page, and I actually made my own drawings.
Did you?
Um, yeah, at first, and I exhibited them at the Saboteur
Oh,
Awards.
fab.
They had a space, yeah,
Oh, those were yours.
for
Oh, yeah, I saw them. I did. Yeah, but I didn't know they were yours.
yeah, those are mine.
Oh, fab.
Um, But then, John's art this is what he's been doing his whole life. My drawings, I was fine with them, and Adjacent Pineapple published some of them. But then I just wanted to open the project up because that's what I enjoy the
Yeah.
most. I enjoy opening things up. So I just told him, and I said, and I had pitched it to someone else, and they said it isn't for us, but try this other
Yeah.
press. And John, I think, was the one who said maybe we should just make like a deck of cards. I'm not exactly sure how it emerged, but I think it was John. He had some really good ideas. Um, and then we just pitched it, and we just said like a deck of
Yeah.
cards.
And you pitched it to
And
the press that you're with at the moment, Zimzala.
yeah, so Zimzala, that's what they do. That's what Tom Jenks, he's the publisher. He makes art objects with
Yeah.
poets and poetry. So he was really into it.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
So I know at the moment
Um
you've got pre-orders up at Zenzala and at the Fly on the Wall poetry website. So the pre-orders, they come with lots of different goodies, don't they, as pre-order gifts. So what are they? What are
yes,
they about?
yeah. Because I work as a meditation teacher and a healer, so I decided to offer an audio link to a guided meditation
Oh, lovely.
because yeah, so there'll be a guided meditation, which you can, listen to maybe going to sleep whenever you want. And there's also going to be a ritual object. And of course, I've made more work for myself, but I just really wanted to. And I thought, oh, I could just say
Mm.
crystal, but I'm actually going to put together something with a few bits
Oh, lovely.
and
Definitely
yeah,
personal.
and send like a wish for like
Yeah.
you know, wellness.
Oh, so how did we talked a
Yeah.
bit about John Alexander and how you started working together? But how did that collaboration start? Because I know that you describe yourself as twin flames as well, don't you?
Yeah. It's quite a mad story. We were actually at Bennington College together in 1995.
Right.
But I was a freshman and John was a senior,
Yeah.
but he was just, and I just was like, I thought he was amazing, but I never really got to talk to him or I never hung out with him because he was just untouchable.
Oh, bless you.
But then, yeah, but I knew his art. I always, and I remembered him. And then I guess I ended up, I'm a solo mother
Yeah.
and and he's a solo dad. And I think our friends on Facebook were trying to get us to sort of connect on Facebook. There was definitely a vibe, from our friends. So yeah, so we connected on Facebook and it was a very fortuitous and uh, um, energetic meeting, even just virtually.
Yeah.
And twin flames are real.
Describe twin flames for
Um,
people that don't know what that is.
yeah, well, we all know the term soulmates, and twin flames supposedly, um, two parts of the same soul that were put in different bodies. And according to the sort of the esoteric philosophy around it, um, twin flames never used to meet in this lifetime. But lately, in the last maybe 50
Wow.
years, twin flames have started reuniting rapidly as we are entering a new kind of era of consciousness,
Ooh.
which is so
Yeah.
mad and so bizarre, except that John and I actually experienced a lot of the things, like if you read about twin flames, that were just ridiculously like uncanny. And that's what led us. I mean, it was almost obvious.
Yeah.
It was just obvious.
Oh,
It was very
lovely.
strange.
Um, and also, I have two more questions for you, Sasha, because I want
Yay.
to know, doing the project from start to finish, what are the rewards of that project and what have the challenges been so far?
Oh, the reward is just so clear to me, honestly. Like as a writer, you on the page, but also with me, there's a lot of performance, and there has been, but never it was like seeing when I received the images back from John, it was like seeing my work illuminated
Yeah,
and validated almost, because some of it, John had a there was no conversation about guidelines or can you do this. I had complete faith in him because of the person he is.
yeah.
he's, very uh, just very talented, but also very intuitive. So I knew it would work. But at points, he just said to me, "Some of your work is diabolically obtuse," which I really loved. Um, but then, when he sent it back, and some of the drawings, they just so like, okay, I'm gonna read you
Yeah.
this, okay?
Yeah.
So you get an idea of what I mean. Light slats coruscating on yellow walls, the arch of your shoulder, the ride of your nose, your penis skin like the bark of a tree. So that's all he had. And this is the drawing he came up with.
It's a really cool drawing, and I think it kind of captures everything, even though, like you say,
It's,
there's not much guidance for him to go on. It's just sort of images
it's
and
just
ideas.
incredible.
Yeah,
And then to see that repeated 44 times with my poems, that's been a great reward. And this object, honestly, like I've been walking around with it. It's very satisfying
yeah,
as a poet, and also as like somebody who loves things and objects.
yeah.
Um,
I guess it's quite sensory as well, more than perhaps holding a book.
that is such a good point, honestly, because I'm very much, I have sensory
Yeah,
issues. And yeah, touch is very important. So
yeah.
it's very tactile.
Because
Yeah.
you can arrange the poems, I
Um,
guess, in the order you like.